Good afternoon. I'm Doreen Alfaro. I'm a volunteer ombudsman for Santa Cruz County. And as the other gentleman had mentioned, in doing my unannounced visits to facilities, and I go out to skilled nursing as well as residential care, I came across 3 incidences, not all in the same time, but the amount of importance that an ombudsman serves when you're making those unannounced visits. I came across one resident who had dried feces underneath her nails and was on the wall. I had another incident with another resident who was sharing 6 people were sharing a restroom within his room, and there were feces found on the floor and on the toilet seat. Had another resident I encountered in monitoring that he was obviously a bit over-medicated, and the health aides had trouble waking him up to take a shower, so they took a bucket of water and poured it over his head. So this is some of the scenarios you, as an ombudsman, you can say almost walk right into. And yes, every one of those 3 issues were resolved without it causing an enormous amount of other issues and harm or viral issues that could have affected the facility. So yes, I resolved each one of those with the resident and the staff, but those are the things that we encounter. And if I didn't believe in this program as I do, I wouldn't even be here and give my volunteer hours. So I urge you really to strongly look and support RFs. Thank you very much for your time.
And thank you for your volunteerism.
My name is Susan Shane, and I'm a volunteer board member of Advocacy, Inc., the 2 previous people you just heard from. And I came here from Santa Cruz County today to support the request for the increased funding. And I want to say that personally, I am a cheapskate. And the idea of a program that is so incredibly efficient and makes use of volunteers in this way and makes better use of government money is so, so precious to me. And I know there's data that show that the number of hours provided by volunteers in California in the Ombudsman program is equivalent to 61 paid full-time staff members. So think about the value that we're getting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Simcox with Ombudsman Services of Northern California. I don't think I could say it any better than everybody else did, so please support this. Very important. Thank you.
Thank you. Me Too's are okay in this committee.
Hello, my name is Melissa Flaherty from the Stanislaus County. I've been with the Ombudsman program for five years now, and with the staff of myself and another person, so 1.5 persons. And my thought every day is when I'm going to work, I want to make sure that phone gets answered every single time. There's times that we can't answer that phone. I just imagine a senior coming, going to the phone after whether they're using their walker, coming or with their wheelchair, or possibly somebody bringing a cell phone to their room after so many folks inside at the facilities don't have that immediate phone call connection when they are calling the Ombudsman program. That's what I think about every time I go to work every day.
Good afternoon. My name is Marion Diller. I'm a certified ombudsman. I also had the experience of spending a week in a nursing home myself. I count it as one of the worst experiences of my life. The staff were rude, intimidating, bullying, and threatening. And this was a 4-star facility. And I'm not frail and elderly, and I was frightened of those people. Without the Ombudsman program, people are on their own. I absolutely urge you to support the funding.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Catherine Driver. I'm with the Motherlode Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program covering 5 rural counties, including Amador and Calaveras, where we were privileged to go through the Butte fire last September. If I wouldn't have gone to one particular facility when I did, and if I would not have been there when the evacuation order came through, I do not know what would have happened to those residents, as there was no plan in place. And I was able to help process and get those residents moved to a safe facility for the rest of the weekend or throughout the rest of the evacuation order. So I, of course, want to ask for support, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Susan DeMorris on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association, and estimates are between 1/3 and 2/3 of residents in RCFEs and skilled nursing facilities have a cognitive impairment, and the Ombudsman play a critical role in oversight and advocacy for those residents.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taffy Ruzicka on behalf of AARP. We are in support of this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Linda Kincaid with the Coalition for Elder Independent Adult Rights. My mother was a victim of horrific abuse in a San Bernardino County RCFE. And I'm sorry to say that the Ombudsman completely dropped the ball on protecting my mother and her rights. We oppose funding without oversight or accountability. Law enforcement, not ombudsmen, have jurisdiction over elder abuse investigation. Ombudsmen are social workers and volunteers. They do wonderful work, but they are not trained in criminal investigations. They cannot get search warrants. They cannot arrest perpetrators. And perhaps most importantly, an issue that has not been brought up yet, confidentiality laws prohibit ombudsmen from reporting most elder abuse to law enforcement. Yet ombudsmen, through their policies, try to usurp law enforcement role, and they obstruct criminal investigation of elder abuse.
Thank you. And there is someone here from my staff who I'm going to ask to check in with you. I'm sorry to hear about what occurred with your mom.
Thank you.
But I do thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
I'm going to have someone from my staff check in with you to see if we can assist further. Thank you.
Lauren Rolfe, senior legislator for Napa Solano and former chair of the Napa Solano Area Agency on Aging Advisory Committee. So I saw the numbers of ombudsman visits and conciliations with complaints and things from last year to this year. And what you did really increased the number of people that we could protect. And I urge that you continue to go in that direction.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least, my name is Brenda Anderson. I am Ombudsman for Northern California. Carmichael is my district. I am a disabled senior, and I do reside at a facility. I have suffered abuse that caused me to become an ombudsman, and I would like to say that I cannot give you the statistics and statics and budget figures that all the experts have given you here today, but I will tell you that my perception is we're in a war room. There's the president, all of his advisors, the generals, all the different branches of the services, and there's all kinds of needs here. There's the weapons, there's the supplies, there's the foods, there's the paperwork. And then there's the first line of defense, which is the ombudsman, for those rights and dignity of people like me in facilities. And I came here to tell you that we need your help. We need you to come and see us. We need you to understand who I am, where I live, and what I experience every day, and what I see. And when I go out, I go by paratransit. No one comes to get me. I go to the facilities they tell me I go to, and I learn every day what the future holds for me and you. And I need you to know that we are out here and we're on the battlefield, and that weapon is that funding. Without it, we're not going to win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard Calhoun with Cedar. I'm also here to oppose this. The ombudsmen hide behind confidentiality, but yet they fight subpoenas from the court. It cost us tens of extra thousands of dollars of discovery to get the records. The judge had to review each piece of paperwork before he would release it. He released every single piece of paperwork. It was just a waste of time and a waste of money. Yet, the ombudsman that was paid took her own personal copy and retained her own personal copy of these confidential records even after she no longer worked for the ombudsman program. Let's change counties. Let's go to Santa Clara County. That ombudsman program said there was no isolation of an elder. Yet ABC News did 26 minutes of coverage on it, and the county public guardian, paid for taxpayers, got fired over it. The ombudsman said, nothing wrong. We can go to Alameda County. Right now, there's a lady locked up. The ombudsman said, no problem. Yet nobody can go in and visit her. There's complete confidentiality when it's convenient, yet they share records when they want to. If they do such a great job with 73.6% satisfied, as they claim, that works out to $1.36 per person per month that was satisfied with their services. Bill those people. I'm a real estate broker. The Department of Real Estate bills each one of us in our licensing fee. We pay for the regulation. It should be the same for the ombudsman. Don't use general funds. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other final comment, public comment?
John Pointer. The Ombudsman program provides a vital protection for seniors. I urge your passage.
Thank you. I want to thank all of our witnesses. Thank you, Ms. Connolly, Mr. Long, Ms. Kleinestecker, and Ms. Chalamidos.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. And to all who spoke and your testimony and your examples of how the Ombudsman program has been helpful to you or your loved one. We appreciate your testimony. Thank you. We're moving on to our two final issues. We have the California Senior Legislature. I'd like to call forward John Pointer. We're calling John Pointer from the California Senior Legislature. Just ask if you all would exit quietly. We're going to hear these final issues. Welcome, Mr. Pointer, and others who will be presenting. We've been visited by this program, and it is an honor to have members of our senior legislature present here. In the interest of time, I'd ask you to just give us a real brief minute of what you're asking today, and just know that this committee is very, very supportive of the program.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm joined today by Janice Bailey is our staff person for the California Senior Legislature. Thank you, Chairman Thurman, for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is John Pointer, Chair, Joint Rules Committee, California Senior Legislature. I'm before you today requesting your approval of our request for temporary funding of the California Senior Legislature for budget year 2016-17. In 2014, CSL fell below the $250,000 minimum contribution level on the Form 540 Voluntary Contribution Program by $20,000. However, SB 997 returned CSL to the Form 540, using the new name California Senior Legislature. While intended to make a seamless association between the CSL organization and its Voluntary Contribution Fund, this choice of fund names backfired on us. We discovered that the public was reluctant to donate money to an organization associated with the state legislature and made up of retired state legislators as potential donors erroneously assume the composition of the CSL to be.
You know, our legislators, the public perception of legislators in the state of California is very low. And so I'm sorry that you've been given guilt by association by bearing the same name. But your members have visited our offices, and in the year and a half that I've been here, I have to say one of the most effective groups, and it is an honor to serve with you and your members, sir.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. You know, I don't have any questions about your proposal. I think that you all are providing an incredible service. We can't take action on it here today, but I am glad to be able to raise the conversation with our committee at a later time as we consider how we can support. Question to you. Aside from the proposals or anything else that you want us to know?
That we're a state agency, and we need this temporary one-time request to fund staff costs, state fees, and operating expenses. As you know, the CSL is a product of the legislature. It was founded primarily through the efforts of Senator Henry Mello. CSL has a 35-year history. 35-year history. We have proposed over 200 proposals that have been acted into laws in support of seniors. I urge your support. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I see why you're the rules chairman. You're an effective legislator. Stay on message, right? Well done. Well done. Anything from finance? Anything from the LAO's office? Any public comment on this issue?
I'm Ann Warren, Senior Assembly Member Ann Warren. I am the chair of the Legislative Committee, and I'm very proud to serve with this organization, which is 120 members strong, elected by their aging departments to represent all of the 50 million plus seniors in the state of California. And we've tried very hard to keep our mandate, stick to our mandate. And our mandate has, through these 35 years, has allowed us to enact 210 bills into legislation. We want to continue with that mandate. And the way that we can do that is to be able to get some temporary funding from the state. Through all kinds of reasons that have been promoted here today, you know what has happened. We do need your help. And we need your help so that we can continue to help the legislators in the offices today be able to provide a safety net for the seniors in California.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your service.
Lauren Rolfe, California Senior Legislator. I just want to say the California Senior Legislature joins all of the other senior-related policy organizations and advocacy organizations, but we're just a little bit different. We have the boots on the ground, I guess you would say. Most of us come from the area agencies on aging, and we have responsibilities to take the concerns from the individual, just like a regular legislator has, to take the individual concerns and try to look at the law to see if there is a way to make things better. We want to be able to continue to do this to help our legislators serve the seniors of California.
Thank you, and thanks for your service.
Ellie Block, California Senior Legislature. I've been on the California Senior Legislature more than 10 years. And I sat here today and listened to you, and I wanted to say to you, Chair, I appreciate what you said about seniors not begging. But today we're here because we want to continue the work to make sure you know all the needs of the seniors in our community. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Tom, also from the California Senior Legislators. We were created and signed into being an organization by Jerry Brown in his first governorship, and that was because we were going to be the grassroots support for the state legislator, and we really want to continue to do that. So please support this. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your service.
Final time up today, I promise. Debbie Toth from Contra Costa County. I have had the honor of working alongside Shirley Crone, who is in the California Senior Legislature representing Contra Costa County. She's one of the most incredible advocates who started a program throughout the UC system, training UC students to get out and do internships with the aging populations. There's a heck of a lot of work that these California Senior legislative elected or officials have done over the past 35 years. But I will say in the last 2 years, they've really keyed it up. Last year, they brought the senior rally back. This year, it's going to be stronger than it was last year. You participated last year. It's going to be even bigger this year because of their momentum and their support. And we can't lose that momentum now. And so I beg your support. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank all of the members of the senior legislature who were here today for your testimony. Thank you for your service, and I want to thank you, Rules Chairman Pointer, for your framing of the issue. Thank you very much, and
thank you, Mr.
for
Chairman.
joining us today. Thank you. We have one final issue, issue number 6, for the Department of Community Services and Development. there are budget change proposals. We call forward Lynn Stout and Jason Wimbley from the Department of Community Services and Development. And I would like to ask if you would, rather than providing the overview for it's just us here, just tell us about the change proposals, if you could, ever so briefly, and then we'll have comment from Finance, LEO, and public comment.
Okay, great. And so we'll start with the first one, which is the low-income weatherization program.
So this proposal requests $75 million from the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund to continue supporting the low-income weatherization program activities, promoting greenhouse gas reductions, in the low-income residential sector. These services also provide valuable energy savings to low-income households. The funding will be used to further support existing weatherization and solar programs benefiting low-income communities, and the Department of Operations overseeing the expenditure of these funds. There are three basic components or service components to the low-income weatherization program. That includes a focus on single-family housing, providing energy efficiency retrofits to improve energy efficiency, as well as address health and safety issues related to the installation the delivery of services. In addition, there's a rooftop solar photovoltaic system program that provides renewable solar PV systems for qualified households residing in disadvantaged communities and that are low income. And then also we use, the third component is that we use the funds to lead investments in multifamily housing, serving low-income families to achieve energy efficiency improvements in those buildings through the application of energy measures as well as renewable energy systems.
Thank you, sir. It's an excellent program. I believe we had testimony on this program in the subcommittee last year, the weatherization program, and thank you. Could you tell us now about the Community Service Block Grant Performance Management Program and the Migrant and Seasonal Farm Workers requests?
Yeah, we're tag teaming here.
Very good.
So the Community Services Block Grant Performance, the BCP for that one is around the performance management, and the department is requesting position authority for 5 permanent positions to perform newly required federal mandates, which became effective October 1st of this year. These mandates require annual monitoring of all local agencies and require the department to collect and analyze data and report findings back to the Department of Health and Human Services as part of an enhanced system for accountability and performance management. The department will analyze program trends to identify program performance. These standards are intended to ensure local agencies have appropriate organizational capacity to deliver services to low-income individuals. And this proposal does not require any additional spending authority. We'll use our existing Community Services Block Grant for these positions.
Thank you. And for the Migrant and Seasonal Farm Workers Program?
Yeah. So this is a $7.5 million request to continue emergency supportive services to vulnerable low-income populations, including migrant and seasonal farm workers and individuals experiencing employment impacts due to the current drought disaster. The funds provide valuable financial supports to impacted individuals, such as assistance with rental and housing, utility assistance, transportation, and job placement services.
Thank you. This has been, I would mention that this has been the subject of some discussion amongst members in the legislature, a little bit more directly focused on farm worker housing, but we recognize that there's a need for emergency assistance as well. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Anything from finance on these requests? Any from the LEO's office?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ginny Bella with the Legislative Analyst's Office. We have reviewed all 3 of these proposals, and we don't have any particular issues or concerns to raise at this time. One thing we would just flag is on the low-income weatherization program. Your action should really conform to sort of the larger action that's taken on the entire cap and trade proposals that'll be done in a separate subcommittee.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on these proposals? Seeing none, we're not going to take action today, but we do appreciate hearing them, and we appreciate your testimony here in the committee. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank all of the presenters today. I want to thank all of the public comment and thank the committee staff, our members, and staff from Finance and LAO for your participation. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.